Picture this: a world teetering on the edge of chaos. The mighty Roman Empire, once an unshakable colossus that crushed kingdoms beneath its iron will, now crumbles from within. The Western Empire bleeds, its borders torn by relentless invasions. Its legions, once feared across the known world, march on weary feet, struggling to hold back tides of destruction. In the east, strength fades, cracks widen. Shadows of past glory cling to a fragile throne. Then, from vast windswept steppes, a storm churns. Not wind or rain, but hooves, steel, and fire. A storm on horseback. His name? Attila. To Romans he was Flagellum Dei, the Scourge of God, earning that title with blood and devastation, not words. Born around 406 AD, Attila wasn't just a warrior, he was a force of nature, a tempest of raw fury, an architect of fear. His name became destruction, his presence a nightmare whispered from Constantinople to Ravenna. For over a decade, he shattered armies, razed cities, shook sin's foundations. But who was this man behind the legend? What shaped this feared warlord? How did his meteoric rise end so sudden and unexpected, leaving history stunned? Brace yourself. We journey into the life, conquests, and mysterious death of a man who dared challenge an empire. This is Attila the Hun, raw, relentless, unstoppable. Let's rewind time, back to the wild, untamed plains of Central Asia, a land where the sky stretched endlessly, where wind carried dust and blood, and survival belonged to the ruthless alone. This was the Huns' homeland, not just a wandering tribe, but warriors forged in the saddle. Masters of the bow, lightning fast on horseback, they struck and vanished like ghosts. Some linked them to the Xiongyi, fierce horsemen who once battered China's Great Wall, shaking dynasty's roots. By the 370s AD, the Huns surged west, an unstoppable force, smashing Europe's civilizations like a tidal wave. Crossing the Volga, they sent shockwaves rippling. Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals fled, spilling into Roman lands, igniting chaos that reshaped history. And in this storm's eye, a child was born. His name? Attila. Born to Munzuk, a Hunnic noble with fire in his veins, Attila shunned palace comforts. Raised in hardship, he didn't play with toys. He wrestled foals, honed his bow, stared death down to lead. He was no pampered prince, a predator in the making. Fast forward to 434, fate shifts. King Rugila, Attila's uncle, dies. A vast empire, from Alps to Caspian Sea, teeters in the balance. Two men rise, Attila and his brother Bleda. They inherit a war machine, an empire bound by fear, loyalty, and steel. But Rome, that glittering prize, stands firm. The brothers eye it west. A deal with Emperor Theodosius II brings 700 pounds of gold yearly. A costly peace. Sweet deal? Not for Attila. When envoys brought tribute, Attila grinned. A wolf before the kill. Your gold buys time, not mercy. Tell your emperor, I'm coming. Then, 445 AD, Bleda's gone. His death a mystery. Attila's hand? A hunt gone wrong? A blade in the night? We'll never know. But this is clear. Attila ruled alone. The world quaked. Some said Bleda's hounds howled 3 nights. A dirge or warning. Attila ignored ghosts. A king with wildfire in his soul, he craved not conquest, but annihilation. To him, Rome spoke one tongue: fear. Soon, the empire would master it. Hold on tight, Attila is off the leash. The year is 441 AD. Rome, once an unshakable titan, now a wounded beast, fights to hold together. The Eastern Roman Empire, tangled in war with Vandals in North Africa, stretches its armies thin, defenses weak. Attila spots the gap and strikes fast. Like a storm over the horizon, he hits hard. The Danube becomes destruction's gateway as his horsemen surge across with fierce speed. The world quakes under their charge. Singidunum burns, streets swallowed by flames. Nisus vanishes, leaving only smoldering ruins. Blood and scorched earth fill the air, screams lost to thundering hooves. Roman cities crumble like sandcastles before a tidal wave. Panic grips the empire. To halt the slaughter, Romans pay £2,100 of gold yearly, a fortune to fend off Attila. But he's not here for gold. He's here to take. By 451 AD, the empire stands, foundations shaky. Attila turns west, eyes on Gaul. His army, a living beast, perhaps 200,000 strong, sweeps the land like a flood. Metz burns, stone skeletons all that remain. Trier falls to ruin, a graveyard of a once thriving city. Paris braces, but Saint Genevieve's prayers spare it, or so legend claims. Then history shifts. The Battle of the Catalonian Plains defines Western Europe's fate. Flavius Aetius, Rome's last great general, joins King Theodoric I of the Visigoths to stand firm. No retreat, no surrender. If Attila wins, the empire's his. The earth shakes as thousands clash. Blood and bone swamp the ground. Iron and death choke the air, dust and smoke thick. War horns fade under men's screams and horses' cries. Theodoric falls, skull shattered, his warriors raging for their king. For the first time, Attila limps away, wounded. Does he quit? No. In 452 AD, he's back, targeting Italy. Aquileia burns to ash, its people dead or enslaved. Milan pleads. Padua vanishes. Rome looms next. The city quivers, its walls up, its spirit broken by fear. Then Pope Leo I rides out. Unarmed, bold, he speaks, words lost to time. Some say he turned Attila back. Others point to disease in Hunnic ranks or famine's toll. Maybe all three. As Attila heads north, hooves stir the dust of a fading empire. A raven's wings shadow Aquileia's ruins. The scourge pauses, but not long. Here's where it gets wild. It's 453 AD, and the great warlord, the storm that crushed cities and empires, weds. His bride, Ildiko, a sharp-eyed Gothic princess. Her father's skull once a trophy in Attila's tent. She faces him, lips curved like a blade. The wedding roars with excess, a feast for a god. Mead spills from golden goblets onto wolf fur carpets. Boar fat crackles over flames as warriors bellow, "Drink, tomorrow we ride to hell." At the revelry's peak, Attila reigns, the king of the Huns, untouchable. No legion felled him, no fortress stood. Night falls. He stumbles to bed, heavy with feast and drink, a life of war weighing him down. Fire flickers, shadows sway. Outside, warriors revel. Inside, silence grows. Dawn seeps in, pale light on furs. Then, a scream. Ildiko's voice rips the stillness. Not grief, but triumph. Attila lies still, fist clutching a Roman coin, blood pooling like a grim crown. Crimson streaks his face, staining the furs. Warriors freeze. The unkillable king is dead. Did drink choke him, or did Ildiko poison his cup? A Roman stroke, a dagger from Emperor Marcian? No one knows. Chaos erupts. Warriors slash cheeks, shave heads, howl like wolves. Attila's mourned with blood, not tears. They bury him in a tomb drowned under a river. No marker, just gone. With him, the empire dies. His sons rip it apart like starving dogs. By 454 AD, Gepids under Ardaric rebel. At Nedao, the Huns shatter, their empire collapsing like a dying star. Attila's dream? Dust. His fortress? Lost. His legacy? A ghost story. What was Attila to the world? To Rome, a devil on horseback, kicking a dying giant. To Huns, fire incarnate, devouring all defiance. For 19 years he ruled, shaking the earth. He cracked Rome open, proving fear fuels power. When a madman rides, empires fall. You can't look away. Guts, gore, audacity. Monster? Genius? Both. History doesn't judge, it remembers. Listen, the echo of hooves, crackle of burning towns, silence of a vanished king. Attila rose like a comet, crashed like a thunderbolt, showing no throne lasts, no king's immortal. The Scourge spoke. History heard. Now we ask, when tyrants wield lies, not swords, does Attila's shadow linger? This was Attila the Hun. Terrifying, thrilling, untamed,